Let me show you how to build your very first ChatGPT app from scratch in just a few minutes. For the first time ever, developers can build apps that live inside ChatGPT, not browser extensions, not plugins. Real native apps running directly inside ChatGPT interface. When Apple launched the App Store, that's when apps like Instagram, Uber, and WhatsApp were born, apps that completely changed the world. The ChatGPT App Store isn't even live yet, but when it launches, that's the opportunity. It could instantly reach 800 million users. This is the early wave. You could be one of the first people shaping the future of this platform. Okay, let's build. We're going to do this very quickly. First, we're going to go to GitHub and copy the ChatGPT Apps SDK Next.js starter kit. If you want to understand how all of this works under the hood, how to modify the Next.js template and so on, I've already made a very detailed video about it and we'll link it in the description. Go check it out after this video. We're going to copy the repository. We're going to clone it. We're going to the directory. We're running npm install. And then we're running npm run dev. And we've already started the server. The next thing that we're going to do is start another terminal and expose our application, our local application that we have just started via public URL. This is the application that we have just started and we're going to embed it into ChatGPT, but we need to expose it via public URL. In order to expose the application via public URL, we'll run Ngrok HTTP 3000. And then we'll receive a URL and we can copy this URL, paste it in our browser. And you could see that this is the exact same application, just available over public URL. And if you don't have Ngrok already, you can go to ngrok.com download and you can download it for any operating system. And it's really easy to use. As you've seen, you just type Ngrok HTTP 3000 and then you have the public URL of your application. And we're almost there. Now we're going to ChatGPT, settings, apps and connectors. And we're going to advanced settings and then we're going to enable developer mode. And then we're going to go back and then we're going to click create to create our first application. And I'll call it ChatGPT App Demo. We'll leave the description empty. There is no authentication. I understand I want to continue. Then we go to our public URL, we copy it and we paste it into the MCP server URL in ChatGPT. And then additionally, we say /MCP because this is where our MCP server is. And as I've already said, if you want to understand everything under the hood, I've made a very detailed tutorial and I'll link it in the description. So now we click create and this is pretty much it. Now we can interact with our application. We can see that our application has been created. We can click back, we can click the ChatGPT app demo. And we can see that it has one action, which is show content. So let's use the application now. So now we're going to see the app in action. We're going to tag it here quickly. ChatGPT app demo. Hey, show my user, Lubomir, this is my name. And it would look all the available tools in our application and the chat demo interface would appear. This is our application that we have just implemented with the Next.js starter template. And it asks, hey, can I call this action from your server? And I'm going to confirm it. You could see now name returned from tool call is empty right now. There's no name right now because I haven't allowed the action. But when I confirm, I'll allow the action and it would display my name. I'll confirm it. And we're waiting for the server call to return. And the server call returned, and this is my username, and it's being displayed, and this is our application within ChatGPT. I've already made a very detailed full tutorial on YouTube on my channel. The link is in the description. You can go check it out and understand how everything works under the hood, how you can modify this application, extend it with further functionality, make it more capable, powerful, and so on. Lastly, I'll prompt cursor, can you make this page that displays my username more beautiful, so that the application doesn't look like the Next.js starter template, but it looks a bit better. I've made a cursor rule for cursor to talk to me like a clown. That's why it talks funny like this. This was for another video. Sorry about that. And you can see that cursor completed the implementation. And now our application looks way better. This is our ChatGPT app demo that we just implemented in a few minutes. That's all from me. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time.